Hi guys, I showed you I picked this up in a charity shop. Cost me 50p. When I switch it on and push down on the back, you've got red LEDs in the wheels. We've got a sound effect. I would have thought it was supposed to drive itself forwards, but it doesn't. I'll change the batteries, just see if it needs absolutely fresh batteries and see if that makes any difference. And if it doesn't, we'll take it apart. Well, they're not good. Yeah, I'll get some fresh batteries. 3 fresh batteries in there. Alright, but we still only get a noise, we don't actually get it driving. Oh, that tried to move just then. Yeah, that's trying to turn. We'll take it apart and have a look. Before I forget, just in case we missed it, that says TAIYO on there, T-A-I-Y-O. I don't know if we can read it. I don't know if we can read that on there. Anyway, let's have a look inside. Nice big spring in the back there. That's the push switch. We have got an electric motor. So why isn't it turning? Yeah, we'll have to have a look inside. Drop the screwdriver on the floor. Right. It's coming out. Something's holding it in place. Right, okay, well that might be part of the problem. That circuit board's broken. Other side's okay. I expect somebody's been a little bit over strong pushing that down and they've cracked it. Still, it was still working with just one LED, wasn't it? Oh, well, we're working now. I've just loosened it off. It's a bit tight in there. If I loosen those. More flexibility on the wire. It's that red wire that's holding it all tight. I'll switch out of the way. Okay, so we've got a little gearbox. It's not very free running. It's almost like it might be packed with grease and it's dragging. It's another one of those ones we've got to get the wheel off before we can get the end of the gearbox off. Oh, that's okay. Right, let's have a look in here. Well, looks okay. I don't see any problems with it. I was expecting or thinking it might be full of grease that had gone congealed and sticking. But that all looks fine. It just does seem stiff. It's like it's got dry bearings. I don't know if I can repair this. I suppose I could glue it and then put some solder links across the back to reconnect it. Yeah, I'll look at that. Bit of super glue just to hold it together, and then bend some bits of wire around there to reconnect it all. Well, I've been working on this gearbox for a while now, trying to work out why it feels stiff. And you might be able to see it's actually spinning fairly freely now. I did a very technical adjustment. I hit this end of the shaft with a stick to move it along the gear a little bit. So now there's a little bit of play in it. And it actually rolls on a little bit now. So I think that might be what it was. It may have been bashed a bit so the gear was dragging against the side of the gearbox. And now that I've tapped it in that direction instead, it's freer. So that seems to have freed it up. But I'll now try and re-glue this or glue it, and then try and solder some wires across the back to complete the tracks where they're broken. Trying to glue across that weak point there isn't working for me. So what I'm going to do now is scrape off the green insulation and try and solder across there, because the solder might help to hold it in place. And then I'll put some more glue on there. I'm not sure if that will be visible, but that's a single strand of copper wire that I've just soldered along the track there. You can see the rest of the wire there. So I've just taken a single strand, I've tinned the copper track, cleaned the insulation off it and tinned it. Then I've soldered that piece of wire straight along that bit of track. I'll try and do the same on the other track. Right, you'll be able to see this easier than me because we're using the magnification on the camera. But I've got my two bits of wire soldered across the gap. And we've got both LEDs lighting up. What I'm now going to do is use super glue and baking powder to try and build up a bit of strength across there. What we have there is super glue with a sprinkling of baking powder in it that stiffens it up and gives it some body. So that's what I've used to try and repair this. So I'll leave that to dry a little bit longer, and then we'll try and push it back in place. Right, I've pushed it back in place. Now we'll see if we can get all the other bits back in place. Right, got the gearbox and motor back in place. Screwed the little circuit board back in place. Just check before we put the cover back on. Yeah, we got wheels that turn and LEDs that light up. So, oh, I see, that's got a little hingey bit there. to allow for the body to go up and down. That spring just dropped off. That goes on there. And it was that screw with the big washer on it to hold the spring in place. Put it in the right way round, it might work. Looks like it works. It's dark now. Well, that might be good. I'll put it on the floor in the dark and we should be able to see the LEDs in the back wheels. Right, let's see what happens. Oh, I thought it was going to go in a straight line, but it has got this sort of freewheeling steering. Try and line it up straight. Oh. Let's try that again. It seems to suit itself where it goes. Yeah, other than just making it random, I can't see any point in that steering. Seems to be going right quite a bit, so I'll point it left. Yeah, well, it's working, so we'll count that as a success, especially being as we repaired the LEDs as well.
Hey, thanks for watching. There's plenty of videos on my main channel with more added daily, so don't forget to subscribe and enable the notifications to keep you up to date with my new releases. You can help keep my channel running by donating $1 on Patreon to buy me coffee. You can always find more information in the video description. Thanks again for watching.